Hello. Long time no see. Welcome back to another episode of Made by Mac. I am Mac, and I'm your hostess. Just kidding. That's weird. It's been a really long time. So we'll see how weird this gets as I get used to recording for YouTube again. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Made by Mac. I think this is episode 18. I didn't check, so I could be wrong, but hopefully you already know what episode number it is because you've clicked on the link to start the video. I am in the Midwest. I live with my husband and my 2 dogs, 3 cats, and a lot of craft supplies, as you can see. I am a high school teacher during the day, and then in my free time, I am a crochet designer. I have a small Etsy business where I make handmade crochet hooks that are designed and created and modeled after some of my favorite things. My Etsy store and Ravelry store information is down in the information below. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I have taken an accidental break. I know I've said that before in other episodes, but I got really incredibly sick. And I'm still like on the tail end of it right now. This is the best I felt in 3.5 weeks. I actually ended up taking a full week off of school because I felt so bad. And I try really hard not to take time off of school unless I really have to. But that's how sick I was. I took a full week off. It was awful. Part of me really enjoyed staying at home with my pets and getting to hang out with them during the day, but staying at home with my pets because I was sick was not my favorite thing. I was basically stuck on the couch for hours at a time and trying not to have coughing attacks. I got really sick. It was awful. But because of that, I haven't recorded in a really long time. So this may be a little bit clunky as I get back into this. But I'm really excited to record another episode and get back to filming on a regular basis. Also, my cross-country season just ended. I'm filming this on a Sunday, and we just had regional yesterday. My athletes ran really well, but it does mean that our season is done. So hopefully that also, not having that obligation, even though I love it, helps me finish recovering from illness and just have a little bit more rest and recovery time after school each day. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump right into what I'm wearing / finish objects. I am wearing my Funfe-TEE, which is my design that's coming out this week. Assuming that I publish this on the day that I plan on. But this is the Funfe-TEE. It is a crochet pattern by me. And it comes in a range of sizes. The ease that's suggested is like -2 inches all the way up to +2 inches. This one is neutral ease at my bust. And then I have a little bit of positive ease around my waist and stuff. But some of my testers that have made this pattern have done 2 full inches of negative ease all the way up to 2 full inches of positive ease. And they all look great. They've done an excellent job. I'm still having a couple people submit their photos and stuff, but like all of the ones I've seen so far are so beautiful and so cute, and I love it. So anyway, this is my second sample. This is the one that has followed the pattern perfectly. My previous sample that I've shown in earlier podcast episodes was my like first prototype of the pattern, and I've changed some things to make it a little bit better since then. So still very similar structure and shape and all that fun stuff. I think my other one was one size up. So that one on me has a little bit of positive ease, but I had exactly 2 skeins of this yarn, and I wanted to make sure that I didn't have to add in like a contrast color at the bottom or on the sleeves or anything. So I went ahead and went to neutral ease instead of positive ease for this sample, and I love it. It's very cute. Also, this is one of my favorite pairs of pants they wear to school. Oh my gosh. Was terrifying. I'm sorry that I almost knocked you over. My bad. Anyway, so these are one of my favorite pairs of pants that I wear to school, and it matches perfectly. So I think if I put like a cutesy little tank top underneath, it will be perfect to wear to teach in as well. So that's my first finished object because I've had it done for a little bit, but then I didn't record, so you guys haven't seen it. But this is releasing. I have to remember the date. Let me count my head. Okay, so this should be releasing on Friday, November 1st, 2024. So this episode should release a couple days before that, but this pattern will be available for purchase on Ravelry and in my Etsy store. So please go snatch it up and make one for yourself. It is so cute and I love it so much. And I have bought yarn specifically to make another one. So I'm sure you'll see that in future episodes because I haven't started it yet. But anyway, so that's my first one, my first finished object. I'm so excited. I love it. All right, as I'm getting into the next couple of these, just brace yourself. There's going to be a lot of stuff today, like a lot of stuff. Because it's been a long time, but I'm going to try and go fast. So the next thing I finished is a cute little bikini bralette top. This is in Lion Brand Respect in the color Cornflower. I use the general structure that a lot of bikini patterns use for cups, and I just did half double crochet and stuff. And then I made really long ties, and then a little, I almost said waistband, that's not right, bust band, I guess, to go underneath. And then I looped my really long ties back and forth back and forth in the back to like cross back and then tie, because I love like how simple it is to like make bikini tops and stuff, but I also don't always love halter ties on my neck, and it makes me feel like I'm sitting like this the whole time. So sorry, I felt like I'd undo that. So I wanted to try and make one that fits more like straps that go over your shoulders. So have I worn this in the water yet? No, I have not. Have I tried it on? Yes, and it does fit really well. So I'm very excited about that. So that's my first finished object. I kind of designed it, but kind of didn't. I don't know if this will ever become a pattern because there's a lot of really good, well-written bikini patterns already out there. They're similar enough that I don't know. But it's really cute, and I took notes. So if you want specific notes on the order I did things and how I attach stuff, like let me know and I can help you, or send you my notes. Or I can just, if it's easier, just write up much more detailed notes on my Ravelry page, and then you can like creep on them if you want. So, but that's my next finished object. And I know I'd been working on that for a while, but now it's getting cold and we've taken down our pool. So I don't know when I'll actually get to wear that, but it's going to go in my little swimsuit shelf, and I'll wear it eventually. So my next finished object, I'm so excited about this one. Look how cute this is. Ah! So my next finished object is the Slip on Your Shoulder by my lovely sweet friend MC of BlameTheKnots. And look at these super cute slip stitch details on that. Like, look how pretty they are. So this was yarn I frogged from another project, and I'm so glad I did, because I feel like this is perfect for this pattern. It's like got a little bit of interest with the little speckles, but it's not so variegated that you lose the slip stitch detail on the sides. I am fascinated by the construction of this pattern. You guys have seen in previous episodes of me holding it up with like needles flailing about. You don't have to have that many needles attached at once. That was a me problem. And because I'm particular, we'll just put it that way. Autistic. But anyway, so I made this and I love it. I want to make another one that's long sleeve because she does have short sleeve and long sleeve options, but I only had 3 skeins of this yarn and I used every inch that I had. And I followed the pattern. I didn't have to make any modifications like to make it short or anything, but I used everything I had. So I think in order to make a long sleeve one, I'm going to need 4 skeins of DK weight yarn. And I have some options in my stash of what I could do, but anyway, I love this. This is so cute. This pattern is already out. I tested this for my friend. MC, but the pattern is already out and published. So if you're like, wow, that's really cute, go buy it and then make your own, and then we can match. And it fits so well. Like, her attention to detail in like small, like shaping things, makes it fit perfectly. Like, this may be, I'll say it, this may be my best fitting sweater I have. Now, obviously I have like big boxy sweaters that are like gonna fit regardless because there's so much positive ease and stuff. But like in terms of like fitted things or things with neutral or negative ease, like this fits so well. So well. So well. So anyway, go buy this pattern. It's great. 10 out of 10. There was a fuzz. But yeah, I'm going to make another one at some point. I just don't know what colors in my stash, blah, 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 etc. But I'm really excited. And I'm really excited for her pattern to be released because it is so cute. So at least go like it on Ravelry and like save it to your favorites or something. But yeah, that's my next finished object. So I have 2 crochet, 2 knitting, and then some yarn. So my next knitted finished project is like 99% done, but we're going to count it as a finished project. So this is, ooh, are you going to be able to see how cute? Hold on. Listen, I love my engagement ring that my husband got me. Well, when he was my fiance. But it snags so many things. So most of the time I just wear my wedding band and take that off if I'm working with yarn stuff. So anyway, this does not have a name yet because I designed it. I designed it for my little self. And it is an interesting yarn. So this, can you see the cute little, oh, it's gonna be hard to see because it's black yarn, but it's got cute little details like twisted rib at the bottom and at the top on the front and the back. And it's either a chunky tank top or a sweater vest. The reason I say either is because this yarn is 100% lyocell, but a bulky weight, which I have never seen before. But I only had a certain amount of it. Let's think. I think I had 250 yards total. And this is about how much I have left. This is a Hobby Lobby yarn, and it's discontinued. So if I write this up into a pattern to be like published and tested and then published, I will probably have to find a different, well, I'll definitely have to find a different yarn that is the suggested yarn and do another sample and stuff. But I wanted just to make something cute, and I think I accomplished that. This is a fitted tank top. It's very soft. As you can see, I've not finished weaving in my ends yet, which is why it's 99% done. But I really like it. I still need to wash and block it as well. But it turned out really well. It's almost like silky feeling, but it's kind of like heavy. But because of the lyocell, it has really nice drape. So I'm really excited to see how this looks once I block it. It's very cute on. But I don't have a name for this yet. So my unnamed sweater, unnamed tank top, I don't know. I just can't decide. Yeah. But it's very cute, and I'm very excited to finish that 100% and then wear it over like long sleeves in the winter, and then pair it with like a cute skirt in the summer. I think it'd be so cute. So, all right. So those are all of my crocheted and knitted finished objects. Let's move on to some other things. Okay, so I mentioned a few moments ago that I was really sick, right? Well, most of the time if I were to get up and walk around, I'd start coughing and stuff. So most of the time I just sat on the couch. But I struggled to just sit and not do anything with my hands. And so, ooh, I have so much fuzz on me now. So I did some knitting because I needed to finish up a test and stuff like that. I did some crocheting. I did, all that kind of stuff. But I also did some spinning. And so I want to show you all of the things that I've spun because it's a lot. It's a lot. So the first thing, is this the first thing? I don't remember if this is going to be in order of when I actually did them or not. So please don't judge me if you know me and you know it's wrong. Okay. So the first thing was a spin that I wanted to do for the magical make-along. Chelsea of Knitting Tipsy is hosting a magical make-along for her Ko-fi members, and Ko-fi is like a subscription service that you like pay, and she has like different level tiers and stuff like that. But she's hosting it for the members in her Ko-fi membership. So anybody that's in there, and if you want to join, well, let's think, by the time this comes out, there will be only a few days left of the make along. But if you want to join, she's a great person to support. So consider it. But for her magical make along, I have no chill. So I thought, okay, for this magical make along, I want to do a crochet project, a knit project, a spinning project, and a sewing project. And I originally thought, well, I don't know if this spinning project, how I'm going to connect that to like magic and Halloween and all that stuff. And so I was like, well, that I'll put that as like my last one, just in case I can't come up with something. Well, I was spinning up, I think I showed you guys last time on my episode previous that I had been spinning up the fleece that or the bat that I received from my friend MC, and it was just a white fluffy Shetland bat, and so I had spun that up onto a bobbin, and I was like, what do I ply this with? Do I just ply it with self? Like, what do I do? And then I remembered that I had some Rollags, and if you don't know what Rollags are, I'll put a picture right here. Future Mac, put a picture right here of Rollags. They're basically tubes of fiber that you can spin from, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think that is for me. Some of my friends are telling me that I should give them another shot, and I don't know. I love the idea of Rollags. The process of it, I don't love. So we'll see if I do this again. But anyway, so I had some Rollags from an Etsy store called The Fiber Witch, and I was like, The Fiber Witch, how perfect. I can do that for the magical make-along. So I spun all of them end to end, same color order each time, and hopefully I remember to put a picture so you know what they look like beforehand. And then I plied them with my white bat from my friend MC, and look at how fun this is. Now, if you're a spinner, actually, even if you're not a spinner, you're probably looking at this and going, ooh, you got some chunky bits in there and some thin bits in there. Yes, I do. I am aware. No need to point it out. But like, look how fun this is. I love the colors. I was really worried that the white was going to like, not mute it, but like take away how fun the colors were. And I feel like it didn't. I feel like it did an okay job of balancing it out and giving you like a good representation of what colors were in there beforehand. So the spin turned out really well. I did not love the process, but that's okay. I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed learning that I didn't like it. I know that sounds odd, but I love trying new things. And so this was an opportunity to try something new. So anyway, I love this, how it looks now and how it's very soft and squishy, but I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Cause like I said, it is a little bit thick and thin. Like we got a really thin piece right there. And then like got real poofy. The Shetland poofed up a lot, which is the white one. So I don't know if this will become a hat. I only have this one skein of it, and I don't remember how much I have, but it's about the equivalent of like one normal skein of yarn in like a DK weight. So if you have suggestions, let me know, because it's really cute and pretty. I think it's probably destined to be a hat because it's the only thing that I have like this. So that's my first little skein that I finished. Let's pull another one. Okay, so the next thing that I spun was a lot. I had a braid from my friend MC from her shop, and it didn't officially have a color at the time, but it gave, here, I'll try and pop a picture right here. It was giving, as the kids say, Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. And now she has a color that is kind of like the evolution from that tester braid or whatever, called Zoinks. Sorry, I had to think about it for a second. Oh, zoinks. And it is gorgeous. And it is bright green, bright blue, bright orange. And if that sounds good to you, like go to her shop and buy some. I think I don't know if she has some in stock right now, but she has a dyed to order option, and you can pick whatever base you want out of what she has. And it's really fun, really pretty. And I just haven't ordered it because I don't know what I want to make with it. And I'm trying to force myself to make decisions before ordering more yarn. But anyway, the point is that I had a braid of it. So I spun it and it was so cute. And we'll see if future editing Mac remembers to put a picture of the bobbin when I finished it so you could see that ply by itself. And then I also had a bright, I think the color is called Rainbow Bright. I know it's called Rainbow Bright. I've bought it in so many different bases, from Bramble Ridge, and it was bright neon rainbow. And I think they were both in Target, if I'm remembering correctly. And I wanted to spin something bright and happy because this is while I was feeling sick. And I feel like I accomplished this because look at this. Is it not so fun? Now, it's a little lumpy right now because I don't like making lots of normal length skeins if I don't have to from my bobbins, because my electric eel wheel 6 holds, I think, like 8 ounces or something ridiculous. And so I just cram as much as I can on there, and then I just make it into one giant big mama skein. So anyway, but look at this. Is this not so fun? I love it so much. So this is probably a sport or worsted based off of the grist that I got. I actually think it's going to poof up more when I knit it and then block it. So I either am going to look for a project that is heavy sport or light DK gauge wise. Or I might just cake this up, swatch, and then try and find something in my Ravelry library that matches that gauge, because this is so much fun. I think my goal is like some sort of t-shirt or elbow length sleeve sweater. I was thinking about doing the Rift by Jacqueline C. Slack. We'll see if that's what I end up doing with this, but this is maybe my favorite thing I've spun ever, if we're being honest. I don't know. Well, I don't know. But anyway, it's so bright. It's so fun. I love it so much. And then I had a little bit of fiber left, or a little bit of a ply left on one of my bobbins. And so I grabbed another bobbin that had a little bit left on that. And this is just like a bonus little mini skein that I made. It's just very pink, very fun. And the one ply is basically almost all pink, and the other ply is that Rainbow Bright. So is that correct? Yeah, that's right. Okay. So, for a while I thought about using this as like a contrast mini, but I actually think I just want this by itself. I'm afraid this will actually take away from this. So I don't know what I'll end up using this for, because again, it is just like one little mini skein. It's like I can't remember, like about 100 yards or something like that, but it's cute. I like it. I just don't know what I'm going to do with it. But sometimes, honestly, for me, the process of spinning is what I love the most. Which brings me to my next one. So I, again, was sick. Guys, I was sick for so long, and it sucked. And I like still have a bit of a scratchy voice and sometimes need to like cough a little bit, but I haven't been contagious for a while, which is nice. So anyway, I was sick and sad that I was sick. And so I maybe bought some fiber from Bramble Ridge, which I've mentioned already once because of this guy. But I wanted some Halloween stuff because I was like, I feel like I really want to spin Halloween stuff right now. Like, how fun would that be? And I'd already done a ply over the summer during Tour de Fleece that was a superwash merino that was one braid from an Etsy store that was closing, and it was gorgeous. And I'll future editing Mac, I'm sorry that I'm making you put all of these things in here, but put a picture right here as well. And I wanted I wanted to ply it with something because every attempt I had done to try and ply it with itself and all this stuff was a nightmare. And I think it's user error, but it was a nightmare. So I was like, I'm just going to buy fiber specifically to ply with this bobbin of yarn that I've already done. So I did. And I bought a superwash nylon blend from Bramble Ridge that was a one-of-a-kind skein because she's discontinued. I don't know if she still has any in stock, but she's discontinued her superwash merino nylon blend of fiber. So once it's gone, it's gone. But there were some really fun colors, and since it was a similar base to what I'd already applied, I was like, all right, I'm doing this. So long story short, I have 2 finished skeins, and they are, so the colorway that I bought from her doesn't have a name. It was just like a number or whatever. But look at how funky this is. And because it's superwash, it's very floppy. But it's very drapey. We'll use that. That's a better term, right? Oh, my skein's coming undone, but that's okay. But these are very Halloween-y. My first bobbin, hopefully I remember to put it in there and you saw, was a lot of like neon magenta pinks and stuff, with some dark chunks thrown in. And then the other one was, or the other braid from Bramble Ridge was like very much like black and pink and orange and Halloween-y, which you'll see more of that later. But look at how fun this is. I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with this. Oh my gosh, this is a 3-ply. What am I saying? So I used 2 different colors from her. Sorry. It's been a bit. But anyway, so I used 2 different colors from Megan of Bramble Ridge and then applied it with that one that I already had done. And this is really fun. So I have I don't know why my lights keep flickering. That's a little creepy. It is almost Halloween. So anyway, this is a 3-ply. I think it turned out really cool. I don't know what I'm going to make with it. It also turned out way different than I thought. Whereas this is very me. I don't know if this is. So I'm not really sure what I will make with this, or if it will be given to somebody that I know would love it. I'm not sure. But regardless, it's done, and I had a lot of fun spinning it. So that's what counts, right? Okay, let's move on. All right, so that's all of my finished objects, which is a lot. I'm going to go a little bit faster through my whips, and part of that is because some of them are kind of not in timeout, not in hibernation, but I just haven't worked on them in a while. So I have 1, 2, I'm looking at them. I have 1, 2, 3 projects that are definitely just like set aside, just because I haven't been working on them. I'll just mention them briefly. One is my DRK Everyday Sweater, just because I've been having joy from other things, not because there's anything wrong with it. One is my crochet dress that I was going to make for my brother's wedding, and then I ran out of time and needed to make some changes. So I've just set that aside. It's also like styled to be a summer dress, so I don't really need to finish it anytime soon, but whatever. One is my nebula, and every once in a while I'll pick up and knit 5 rows and then set it down again. And then some others are just like blankets for people and stuff like that that I've been working on. So all of those I'm not going to show on here, but I'm sure they'll pop up soon in future episodes. So let's talk about things that I have been working on. One thing that I've been working on for a while is a side-long shawl by my friend MC. So I tested this pattern for her when it wasn't testing. Ooh, I'm going to turn this way so you cannot see my mistake over. I mean, you might still be able to see it, but it's fine. Just don't look, okay? Okay, I'm just going to point it out. It's right here. I messed up. And then by the time I realized it was like 1.5 inches past. And I was like, I'm not going back. I don't care. So this will be a present for my husband's grandma. Her favorite color is red, and she is cold a lot of the time. And I felt like this was going to be perfect. So this is a wool yarn. This is, let me show you a fresh ball of yarn. This is called Stitch Please. And it is from Premier Yarns. This is the color Harvest Nights. And I really like it. It is not the softest wool I've ever touched in my life, but this is the same yarn that I made my original shawl in that I tested for her. And it softens up a ton when you wash it. So, knowing that, I don't mind making another one in the same yarn. I don't know if I'd use this for like baby projects, because I know babies have very sensitive skin, I mean, so do I, but babies even more so. But anyway, so I've been working on this, and I have just reached the halfway point, which is really easy to do if you have 2 balls of yarn and you're working increases until you're halfway done. So I am now getting ready to start on the decreases, which I am so excited about. Plop that over there. So that's my first thing that I've been working on really frequently. Let's see what's next. Okay, my second thing is in this cute little bag. Oh, I match. Cute little bag that I got as a gift when I graduated high school. So it's doing work over here. This next thing is a hat for my husband, because he requested one, and he never requests knitted or crocheted things ever. So anytime he does, I'm like, yes, I'll make it immediately. I can't remember if I've shown this or not. I'm going to be honest, this is not the most exciting thing to look at, but this is the Purl Soho classic ribbed hat. I have a cute little stitch marker from Christine Parker Co. She has the cutest stitch markers. I mean, I really like mine too, but I'm a little biased, but she has really cool ones in really fun shapes and stuff. But I've been working on this like on bus rides to meets, during my lunch break, other random times, and I'm getting there. The bottom looks like it's flaring out a little bit because I used a larger needle size to cast on, because my husband really did not want the like ribbing part to like feel like it would be stuck like it. So now it's like really stretchy. I know there are alternative ways to do that, but this is what I did. So anyway, so there's this yarn is the DK weight. I think it's called like Gemini DK or something, from Centaur Studios, which is a local yarn store to me. Local is in like 45 minutes away. And the color is Chive Omelette. So it's very egg yolk yellow, but then it also has like little tiny pops of green, and they are not showing up on camera correctly, but they do look like the exact color of Chives, which is cute. So I've been working on that for him, and honestly, I got a lot done this past week, which surprised me. So that might be done by the next time I podcast, which would be fun to show you. The next thing that I have been working on, you have not seen before. So you might be surprised on how much I have done. I don't remember. I'm trying to think. When did I cast this on? Let me look. Hold on. Okay. So I cast this on October 18th, and today is October 27th. So 9 days ago. Yes. Sorry, I had to do math. 9 days ago. And I've gotten a lot done. So for the magical make along, I've mentioned that I wanted one of each of my different crafts that I do. So the first thing I did was I made a crocheted moon pillow, which I showed on my last podcast, which feels forever ago because it was. I have my spinning project done. And then I decided to start my knitting project. Now, I don't have any ambitions of finishing this by the end of the make along, which is November 2nd, because that's a week. And even though I've been knitting really fast, I don't knit that fast. And I still want to at least start my sewing project for this. So this is my knitted project for this make along. And this is the Love Magic dress by Disco Stitch. And I have so much of it done. Oh my gosh, the different yarns look very distinct. Maybe you can't tell. Maybe it's just me. But okay, I'm just going to tell all of you viewers out there, the harsh like variegations here do not look that distinct in real life, but I also don't know if you care. But anyway, so I started this 9 days ago, and this is what I have done. And I've not worked on it every day. I think I've only worked on it like 4 days. So I am flying through this, and I am having so much fun. So much fun. I'm using a little cute pink moon stitch marker from Christine Parker Co. as my beginning of round marker. And then I have all of these cute little slightly creepy, where are they? There they go. Slightly creepy eyeball stitch markers that I made like 2 years ago, I think, from charms I found at Joann Fabrics. But it's going really well. I am, let me checks notes. Almost done with the waist decreases, and then I will start, I think, increasing for the skirt, maybe something like that. Also, I was really worried about not having enough yarn to make the full dress. And I was like, literally like on the, like almost meeting the bottom end of the range requirements for yarn. And so I found an Etsy seller, as I'm using a discontinued yarn from Hobby Lobby. I found an Etsy seller that was selling one skein, and I was like, oh, well, it's probably not going to match, but it's fine. I'll buy it. And then if I have to fade it in, I have to fade it in. It showed up yesterday, is the exact same dye lot, which I thought was wild. So anyway, that's my love magic. I am super excited. I have not decided if I'm doing like the massive bell sleeves or the small bell sleeves yet. I'm going to work all of the skirt first and then decide, do I have enough yarn to do the full dramatic bell sleeves, or do I need to do the small bell sleeves? And then I'll make the decision from there. But I definitely have enough yarn to make the small bell sleeve full dress now, which is good. So that's my next work in progress, and I have been loving it. I've been getting so much joy from it. The color is one of my favorite colors of purple in the entire world, and it's just been great. So that's been super fun to work on. Yeah. My next work in progress is another one you have not seen, because I became obsessed. Is that the right word? With a pattern by a designer, and I almost signed up to test this. Or I thought about signing up to test this, and then I was like, I don't need to put that on myself right now. So, Bree of the Little Knits just recently published the second Av sweat skirt, and I cannot explain to you how excited I was to see this. I have creeped on almost all of the testers that tested for her and looked at their projects, and I love them all. Even though they're not all colors I would wear personally in my wardrobe, like I love every single project. And Bree writes great patterns, so I was super excited, and I immediately bought it the day it came out. And I have been planning what I wanted my sweat skirt to look like since I saw her post her original picture on Instagram for it. So I basically wanted wanted colors that were going to blind people when they looked at it, because that's me. So look at this. Oh my gosh, it looks so good on camera. Okay, so I have had this ball of yarn that I bought while on vacation 2, 3, 4, I don't know, a few years ago when I went with my husband to visit my aunt in Washington, D.C. I picked up a skein of this yarn, and it is Punk Rock Unicorn. And I bought it from the store Looped Yarn Works in Washington, D.C. and I loved it. And this is on their Soul DK base, and the color is Watermelon Sugar Pop, which is a glorious name for yarn. And I feel like it suits this color perfectly. So my waistband is in that, and then the bottom ribbing will be that color as well. And then I have this pink yarn, which I'm gonna actually not talk about right now, but I just wanted to show you. So I am super excited about this project. I was a little worried that the contrast was going to be not distinct enough, but it is actually exactly as I pictured it and is perfect. And I have been having a blast knitting this. I am doing something a little weird though, and I am challenging myself to see how fast can I knit this. Now, I started this like a week ago or whatever. This is 1 day of knitting. 1. Now, part of that is because I was so excited. I cast on, did the waistband, etc. Blah, blah, blah. Did all of this and was so excited. I just kept going. But this is 1 day of knitting. So I'm going to keep track of how many days this actually takes me. It's not going to be consecutive, obviously, but I love it. I love it so, so much. I also, if it fits the way I think it's going to, I also want to make like a fluffy gray one. Because I think that would be really fun as well. The stitch markers are so cute with it. I basically wanted this to be a whole vibe. So I'm using pink needles. They're the Leica brand. I don't know. I never know how you say it. They're like the pink ones. And I'm using some of my needle stoppers from Big Twist that I bought at Joann's a while ago. And I showed them on my last podcast, but I love this so much. So much. So I actually think that's a perfect segue into talking about acquisitions. So let's go to that next. So I have a lot of acquisitions, and part of this is because I bought a lot of yarn over the past like 2 months. And it kind of all came in at the same time. And it was my birthday while I was sick, which seems unfair. And I'm designing something, and I have a friend that loves me, and Bramble Ridge had a sale. So I have a lot of things to share. So just strap in for this. It's going to be a little bit, but I'll try and go fast. I'll try and be efficient. So, number 1, let's talk about that glorious pink yarn that was in my second half sweat skirt a second ago. So I was talking about how I really wanted a neon pink boucle yarn for this skirt. And my glorious friend MC was like, do you want me to dye some? And I was like, oh my God, yes. Now we had also been talking about potentially dyeing other things for projects and other fun stuff like that. But let's just talk about the yarn. So she sent me 2 skeins of this. And one's already the caked up one in my project. But I left one in a hank form so I could show you. I am in love. This is the most perfect pink in the entire world, and you cannot change my mind. I basically told her, I was like, here's what I want. Can you try it? Like, no pressure if you can't get it. Like, I know that dyeing is like a intense process and stuff. I can't stop looking at this. And it's perfect. It's perfect. She's perfect. It's great. I am obsessed. I'm obsessed with it. I love it so much. I think she kept a skein maybe for herself, which it makes me really happy because then it means that like whatever she makes and then my skirt, they'll be like sisters or like cousins or something. But this is glorious and I love it so much. It doesn't have a color name yet. So keep an eye on her page to see if and when she has a name for this. Or she adjusts it. I don't know. I don't know. But this is her new boucle base, which will be in her shop soon. So seriously, if you're not following MC already, like you need to go do that immediately. If nothing else, like I'm going to keep talking about her, so you might as well know who I'm talking about. So there's that. I have 2 skeins of this and I love it so much. She also sent me a bunch of Surrey that she dyed for a very specific and not secret, but kind of secret project. But I want to show you and document it before it all gets worked up into a project. So there's this blue. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit, I feel like that's pretty accurate on screen. But it is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But it's like this electric blue color and I love it. And this is really silly, but I told her, I was like, this is the blue Surrey I have. And this doesn't exist anymore. Can you try and get as close to this as possible? And she did. I actually like this one better. So that's really fun. But I'm really excited about this. So I'm going to use this for an upcoming project. Excuse me. And I love it. It's very blue. It's very perfect. Like, this is my favorite color of pink, and this is my favorite color of blue. It's so perfect. Okay. All right. Enough of that. So I have a bunch of these that are going into a project that I'll talk about on a later podcast. I'm not talking about it today because at this rate, we don't have time. But I just wanted to show you on here before it all was like gone and into a project already. So we're going to set that carefully aside. She also sent me, because she is the sweetest human in the world, she also sent me 2 braids of fiber for my birthday, which she did not need to do, but it made me so happy. I cried. Now again, I was also sick and not feeling good, so I think that may have contributed to the actual tears that came out of my face, but still, she's a delight and honestly a color wizard, and I am amazed. Like, this is like pastel fall, and I am obsessed. And the only reason I haven't started spinning this yet is, 1, I wanted to show it on a podcast first, and 2, it's almost too pretty to spin. Like, what if I mess it up? Like, oh, but it is glorious. It's like pastels with pops of neon, and also this like yummy like burgundy-ish wine color. I love it. I love it. So now that I've shown you, this will probably be in a spinning project next time you see me. But I love it. So she sent me that. And it's, oh, I should probably tell you, this is a Targi base. And I love it so much. I love it so much. Okay. Other things I have purchased. Let's group them by dyer, shall we? So I've already mentioned, ooh, I'm starting to get weird light coming through. Sorry about that. I've already mentioned that Bramble Ridge had a sale on her Superwash Merino nylon blend base, and I have already spun up, plied, and finished 2 of the braids, so you can't see those, but maybe I posted them before. Hopefully you remember. I don't know. But I also bought this one, and it is so fun. It reminds me, it's not an exact match, but it reminds me of, she has a, it's like zebra speckles or something. It's like black and white and then has neon speckles. And it's like one of her colors on her yarn bases. And this reminded me of that. And I was like, ooh, that's fun. So this is just a one-of-a-kind colorway right now. But I really love it. So I'm not sure what I'm going to spin this up into. I think I'm going to probably try and do a sock spin out of this because it's fun and I want to. So it'll probably end up being a 3-ply for socks. So there's that. I also got 2 of her new Halloween colors. So this is on a untreated Targi base, and the colorway is called a Potion. And I feel like that's pretty accurate. Like, that's, and how fun is this? So this is similar to one of the one-of-a-kind ones that I got that got spun into that other project. But I have 2 of those. And now I almost have a whole drawer of just Bramble Ridge fiber because it's that good. Also her bases are so good. Oh, look at those. Okay. And they are that bright in real life as well. Okay. Next I got 2 boucle, because I started knitting with that pink boucle from MC. I was like, oh my gosh, I really love boucle. Actually, no, I think I bought this before. I don't know. My brain had a fever for like 10 days. It was, who knows what happened in that time. But I had been looking for boucle, and this popped up on my like suggested Etsy, and so I bought it. So I think this will be so cute in like a little short sleeve t-shirt. Like, how fun would that be? I worked up at like a pretty loose gauge, so it's like real drapey and stuff. So this is from the Etsy store Hens and Chicks. This is Superwash boucle base. It doesn't have a colorway name, which is kind of sad because I feel like it needs one, but it's very vibrant pink and purple. So there's that. And then we're going to go to the other dyer that I've been obsessed with, or the third dyer that I've been obsessed with recently, and that is Super Glow Fiber. So I am part of her, what is it called? Cutie Crawlies. Is that right? I'm going to double check as I grab this. Yep. Cutie Crawlies base. No. Cutie Crawlies Club. And you can pick whatever base that she has listed, and you can pick how many. And then each month she picks like basically a creepy crawly critter that's really fun and pretty, and then dyes a yarn based off of that. And it's really fun. This is from, what is it right now? October. I think this is the September colorway. Yeah, so this should not be a spoiler, but if you're like, oh no, I haven't received mine or something, don't look, I guess. I don't know. So this is from her Purple Pink Toe Tarantula color, and I got 3 skeins of it. So that was ordered in September, but came in, I think, over my fall break, and it is so fun. So I got 3 skeins of the DK base, so I'm thinking maybe an elbow length t-shirt of some sort, but it's super fun. And then I had also ordered yarn from her for her Chapel Roan collection, because I'm obsessed with Chapel Roan, and because they were so pretty. They're so pretty. So both of those came in as well. So a lot of this was like me ordering it a long time ago, and then it just now coming in all at once, which is a little much, but it's fine. So I got 2 skeins on her sock base, on her super sock base of the colorway Good Luck Babe, and it is glorious. If you want to know what this looks like knit up, I suggest going to, I think it's Lava Girl Knits. She did a sample for Lindsay, yeah, super low fiber in like a boucle base, and it looks glorious. And I am so excited to start knitting or crocheting with this. I've not decided 100% what I'm going to do with it, but I have 3 different ideas. So once I decide, then I'll start with it. But look at those speckles and stuff. So fun. And then I also got 2 skeins of her colorway Hot to Go, which is the song that my husband has been obsessed with and has been singing all the time, and sends me TikToks about all the time. It's really funny. But I got this on her boucle light base, which I was unsure about, to be honest, because I was like, I've never used this before. What if I hate it? And I at least don't hate what it looks like. So this is 100% superwash merino, and it is a fingering weight, but it's boucle, and it is so cute. I love it. I have no idea what to make with this. If you have suggestions, let me know. Specifically the base, not the color. But look at how fun this is. I maybe screamed a little bit when I opened it. But I've been so excited to get these, because I've been waiting since her Chapel Roan collection dropped. I think she's also going to do a shop update of in-stock Chapel Roan stuff, like maybe next week, or maybe this week when this is publishing. So, but anyway, look how fun that is. And then finally, because I'm in Chelsea's of Knitting Tipsy's Ko-fi group, she and Brie of the Little Wolf Knits did a collab together on like a yarn color, and basically made a color designed after Chelsea the person and her vibes, which is so cool and so fun. And the color is called Knitting Tipsy, and it was only available to people in Brie's Wolf Pack and Chelsea's Ko-fi group, I think. I'm like 98% sure that's accurate. If I'm wrong, like, someone feel free to correct me in the comments and be like, no, dude, like, it was available to anybody. But I think it was just those people. And so I bought 2 skeins of her Sunfish, which is like her sock base, her merino nylon blend sock base. And it is very Chelsea. Like, even if you don't know her in real life and you follow her on Instagram, like, that's so her. And so I'm trying to decide what I want to make with this, because I almost feel like it has to be one of Chelsea's patterns. Like, the vibes are all there. Like, you can't not. Like, I feel like it would be rude to make it into like a long sleeve sweater, because Chelsea wouldn't do that. I don't know. But I love it so much. And so I've been thinking of like, do I want to make a third Palm Your Knits, which is one of Chelsea's patterns that I love? What do I make with this? Do I make another, ooh, I could make a cropped, what did I just test? The Tipsy-TEE, the crochet one that I just tested, but made a whole dress. I could make a cropped one of that. I think I would have enough yarn. I should probably double check that before I say it out loud, but how fun would that be? but this is very Chelsea and it's so cute and I love it so much. And it feels like I have like a little friend with me. But yeah, so is that everything? Nope, I have one more. Okay, so so much yarn, guys. And again, this is not how much yarn I bring in all the time. It's just, this has been a really long time since I saw you. This is stuff I've ordered over like the past couple months and it just all came in at once. So, and then it was my birthday and stuff. So anyway, last thing, I ordered yarn from Joann's because I saw this online and I immediately envisioned something that I want to design with it. And I bought it. So I have this. This is Big Twist brand and it is Favorite Faux Fur. I mean, obviously it's faux fur. Like, I mean, how cool would it be if an animal actually had fur like this? But obviously they don't. Look at this. This one's kind of falling apart. Hold on. Probably because I keep touching it. But look how fun this is. The color is Blacklight Party and something just fell down in my kitchen and I'm hoping it was an item and not a person or dog. But anyway, so this is super bright, super neon, and some of my friends on Ko-fi got to see that it does glow in black light. I have a black light, and so I showed them and it does glow, as does a lot of the things in this room, which I did not realize. But I love it so much and I have design plans for this. So be on the lookout. Keep your eyes peeled because I will have something coming out. I don't know when. I'm going to be honest because I've not even started the process of doing math to figure out like how many stitches do I need? How long does this need to be? Do I have enough yarn? I'm hoping I have enough yarn. I have a full bucket of it. So we'll see. But I'm very excited about this. So, and that's my last acquisition. All right, let's get moving a little bit more. I got some stuff to do, but let's talk shop stuff. I still have some already made hooks in my Etsy shop from both the Mystical Metals collection and my Summer Delights collection. There's not a ton. And I do have another, sorry, I just got distracted. There's literal bluebirds sitting in a tree outside of my craft room and they're so cute. And it's a little chilly outside. They sort of puffed up their feathers, so they're all round right now. Anyway, I will focus. We have so many birds outside, but I have some hooks still in the shop. I am coming out with a new collection. My plan is in November, so we'll see. But the plan is in November. Hopefully the first full week of November, that's when I release them. I'm still working on finishing up some of them. And then I also have like a mini collection that will hopefully be dropping around November 20th to 23rd, somewhere around there. It may be a little bit earlier, a little bit later, just kind of depends. But I'm very excited about that. I have shown, I think on the last episode, I showed the collection that's going to be coming in November. It's all based off of mythological creatures. And I've been working on my cute little like Instagram reel that will showcase each of the colors with the color names and all that fun stuff. So keep an eye out for that. If you're not following me on Instagram, I'd really appreciate if you would go follow me. And then you can see updates about all the hook collections and stuff. I'm also working on not one, not two, but 3 other hook collections every once in a while, like a little bit at a time type of thing, that will be coming in the new year. But right now I've just got one full collection and a mini collection. I also have something called chaos hooks that I'm going to be putting into the shop randomly, which is basically some one-off hooks on weird colored bases. So here, let me just show one because I can reach them. So basically these are hooks that It is a mixture of glitter, so I can never recreate this. And my supplier that I buy my hook bases from sent me the wrong colored hook shaft hooks, if that makes sense. So this is still functional and it looks really cool, but I wanted the regular silver ones and they sent me this coppery rose gold. It's kind of in between copper and rose gold, if we're being honest. So these are 4.5s. So I've made a whole bunch of, there we go. I've made I'm trying to peek, a whole bunch of these. Okay, not a whole bunch. I've made like a handful of them, right? Just to like test out different color glitters and stuff like that. They still work perfectly fine. They just do not fit into the style of hook collections that I've made. And I don't have any plans for future ones. So these will be chaos hooks, one and done. So if you really like that, buy it when it pops into the shop because they won't come back. Additionally, I will be trying to put some more in-stock hooks into the shop in the Summer Delights collection colors and the Mystical Metals collection colors. So if you're like, ooh, I would really love like this color in this hook, send me a message and then I will like try and make sure I have a couple of those. And you honestly, the easiest way would probably be Instagram DM or on my Etsy shop. So there's that. Another thing I'm going to be doing in the shop that will take place in the next week or so will be giving an additional option of, if you want a specific hook base, you can click on that. So if you want a specific style hook, you can click on that and it'll give you that specific option instead of having to get a hold of me first, make sure I have it, and then like purchasing the hook. So hopefully that makes the process smoother for a couple people, because I know I've had multiple people ask about that. And if that makes it easier on you guys, the customers, that would be great. And it makes it a little bit easier on me too when I'm making them and keeping track of orders and stuff. So, but I think that's everything that's in the shop. Like I said before, my Funfe-TEE pattern is releasing this upcoming Friday. So hopefully like just 2 days after this video releases. And then I am starting on 3 different other patterns for the future. So if you are interested in testing for me, send me an email and I will put you on my email list, because my email list gets access to the pattern application, pattern tester application before I put it on social media. And I'm getting to the point where I have a couple things that I need published, or want to publish by certain times. So the quicker I can fill spots in a tester application, the better. So there's that. I think that may be everything. I'm trying to think if I have anything else fun coming up. I think that's it. I'm looking forward to getting back into recording for YouTube and having this be more regular again. And, you know, just like feeling healthy again, like that's helpful, you know. So yeah, but feel free to leave me a comment below, because I missed all of you and I missed hearing from everybody. But yeah, I think that's it.